But that's it. Really simple. It's got to get up into prior resistance level, and I have to see this 50 get respected because it's in a fast decline at the moment. It's hit 600. There's probably some room for it to react higher. I think possibly in the New York session proper, we'll push lower first. Maybe then we get a reaction up. I'll be looking at some kind of counter trend retracement. And if there's an opportunity to enter there, I'll be looking to take it. As for Bitcoin, just been shorting it over and over and over again. I took a long actually yesterday. But mostly shorts, obviously just following the trend direction. Mostly scalping. Price-wise, it's continuing to respect on the way down. So 80, broke through 80, couldn't reach it. So resistance, very clear. Broke through 75, and then on the retracement bounce, 77 was resistance. That's why it's marked off in the blue line. Then we marked down again, we broke through 75. Price bounces, it can only reach 74. So 75 lost convincingly. 74 to 72, a little bit of ping pong between there. Break through 72, down towards 70. Front runs it first time, comes up, can't hit 72, we break through 70. So it's getting a lot messier now. We're not seeing as long of consolidations, which is not offering the best opportunities for re-entries. It's really just that pure momentum at the moment, where it's just like straight down. Whereas before, even though it felt like it was straight down, it really wasn't. It was a lot more of a full reversions where it bounces all the way up, comes down, all the way up, comes down. You get these nice bounces. They're a simpler, just short the rip. Just be patient, wait for the rally, short it, back down. But now it's just slow, steady grind lower, indicating some forced selling, and no one's even really willing to buy it or step in yet. In a normal week, with the week we've had, this isn't a normal week though, I don't think, subjectively, because I don't know who's selling or what or why, but I know something's up, something's different about this. Partially it's just because we've broken key levels. Like, when you break levels that have been around for a year, you break last year's low, so these are levels that have not been broken for a year plus. 70k hasn't been hit since pre-election. Now you really get that narrative, which is beautiful to see. Now Bitcoin's lower than it was before Trump got in, and he's like the Bitcoin president. This all seems like people take this the wrong way. They're like, this is so bad, this is so good. Bring the FUD on. The more the better. Sentiment can never get bad enough. You want the worst sentiment ever. Just terrible sentiment. It's dead, it's over, it's done, it's dead forever, it's dead forever. No, it's not. But you want people to say that. You want normies to come in with their fucking normie mindset and pull out their old normie tweets about how dead Bitcoin is and how it's all shit. And Bitcoin didn't go up, it doesn't act as... It's like, I feel like I've been transplanted back to 2022. Transplanted back to 2018, 2019. Just every single fucking time, the same normie shit gets reposted by the same tradfi retards and old boomers that were just always wrong about Bitcoin. And for them, it's just about being right. It's not about making money. Because they've just bear posted Bitcoin for 10 years. And then wait. And it's the best way to get engaged. It's so easy. Because Bitcoin's volatile. Bitcoin's going to go down 90%, 80%, 70%, and even 50% in bull markets, or 40% or 30%, more commonly in bulls. And then you can just load up your Twitter, go into drafts.
I'm a winner, but I recognize and respect that I have the potential to lose a lot of money today. That's why I will make today's number one priority to not lose more than $500, my defined maximum risk. My only job is to manage risk and allow my profits to take care of themselves. The market is irrational and unpredictable. By staying humble, I respect the market today, no matter how good or bad yesterday was. One day can't make me rich, but one day can make me poor. One day at a time.
Pull up your slop post that you always post and say, I thought Bitcoin was supposed to be a hedge against currency debasement. It didn't follow gold. Insert NPC quote. Like, 2022. Oh, inflation's high. I thought Bitcoin was supposed to be an inflation hedge, and it's down. It's like... But it's good. You need this. Trust me. This is good. Good stuff. Bring it on. More FUD. Go lower as well. Price might as well go fucking lower. Why not? That's what capitulation looks like. Capitulation is people giving up. They give up through price and time and belief. Like, as in the whole idea of what Bitcoin's meant to be is for somehow and for some reason invalidated. Don't you understand? Don't forget all the people who are in on Bitcoin. The whole financial industry is in on it. Even as recently as a few months ago, and that was a bit of a top signal as well, Jamie Dimon, who's been such a Bitcoin bear for forever, he's not actually, it's just a game. They're all eventually, Bitcoin is going to be an irreplaceable part of the financial system. Everyone knows it. Even now as it's falling, so it's still like, it's just fell outside of the top 10 assets globally. But it's always been in the top 10 consistently, and it will be back there in no time. But because it's falling, temporarily it'll fall outside. But it's top 15 global assets and will be always top 10 and will go even higher and will eventually be top 1 maybe, if not top 2 or 3 with gold. And they know this, of course. Anyone with a brain knows this, that even if, because nobody knows the future, nothing's certain, but it's the best bet you could make because it's got the most asymmetry. There's nothing else on that list that's going to have, there's quite literally nothing else on the assets list that can do what Bitcoin can do in the future. So, I know this is trade of the day. I'll trade Qs there. If we hit the 50 on the 1 hour in the session, so I can actually fill a fucking trade. Bitcoin, just keep watching my schizo posts in Trade Journal. And I'll be posting like 500 times a day. So I don't know. It's just going to be as and when trades pop up. Hopefully not as many as yesterday. Yesterday was fucking super active. So then I'll just rant for a couple of minutes here. There are a limited amount of scarce assets. In fact, there is only one truly scarce asset, and that's Bitcoin. Gold's not truly scarce, silver's not truly scarce, but they're more than scarce enough to factor in as very, very valuable commodities. But the rest are companies, which carry counterparty risk. You've got shareholders, you've got boards that can change things, you can dilute the shares, so they're not scarce, but they represent something different, and as an index, they represent an alternative to fiat as well. But you've got Bitcoin, which is now 13th. Okay, but there is nothing else. Everything else here is a company, until you get to 29, which is platinum. So do you think platinum is going to overtake Bitcoin? Is platinum going to be the preferred choice for the future of store of value to potentially be used in some global trade as a reserve asset or some type of... No, obviously not. Gold already is and will continue to be. Silver isn't. It's got different use cases. It's different properties, but is doing what silver does. By the way, it won't be long until silver's no longer number 2. Just like silver was below Bitcoin a few months ago. Bitcoin was 7th and silver was 8th. And now silver's 2nd, and that will change too, because price changes on these super volatile assets when they're really volatile, like silver's vol is like 90 or something at the moment, which is insane. It was over 6 trillion last week. It's now 4.3. It is literally, and Nvidia's down. If Nvidia wasn't fucking dumping the last couple of days, it would be number 2 again. The only thing we know is gold's number 1. But you gotta zoom out. There's all this noise and all this fucking panic and everything else comes in. There's one thing on this list that's not like the others, and that's Bitcoin. Gold and silver are physical metals. The rest are companies. Company. Not a company. A commodity, an asset, a digital asset. Something that has never existed before until Bitcoin in the way it does, and nothing else is like it. It's entirely unique, which means 2 things. It's a really asymmetric bet in the long term, because nobody knows what the next 10 years looks like. But if it's going to be more digital, it seems a pretty fair bet. And if it's truly scarce, all of these can dilute their shareholders. Every single one of them can just issue more share. Every one of them can have a major failure. They could lose market share. Look at Microsoft at the moment. I still think it'd be fine, but it's certainly, struggling a little bit. Anything could happen to them. You never know. Go back 10 years, this was not the top 10 list. Gold was still number one, but this was not the top 10. And then you've got all the way below it, companies, or ETFs, which are just the same thing. It's just an index of companies, of shares. Companies, all which will change, all which will come and go. The next commodity is 29th. So all companies, which will just fluctuate, here today, gone tomorrow, come and go, some better, some worse, but none of them unique in any way. Bitcoin is. And that is the thing you want to keep sight of, because when it comes time to thinking about what could be something to have in your portfolio long term, what do you want? You want something different. You want diversification. You also want the potential of it being so big justifies everything you heard last year. BlackRock saying put 2% of your portfolio into it, so on and so on. That's like on the low end, and people are saying 3% or 5% or whatever. They're only just starting to dip their toes in, these people. And that's into the ETF wrappers and all that bullshit. Just for you, and everyone should just have proper Bitcoin, spot Bitcoin in your own wallet, self-custodied, not inside some wrapper. ETFs and all that are fine if you've got if you've got a 401k or whatever, and there's no other way to access it. If you've got some money tied up that you can't get another way to access it, the ETFs are good for that. But if you've got your own money and you want to get your own Bitcoin and put it away, then think of it this way. Long term, it remains the most asymmetric bet because there is nothing else like it. It is entirely unique. And so that's that second thing. So number one, because of that, that's the biggest benefit, biggest play. That's why people will be accumulating it. They will buy it for sure. They're going to take the exact same bet again, as they always have done, which is when the blood is bloody enough, people will step in and they will take that play because it's always been a good bet. And that's just more of a speculative trade or whatever. But also, people will go on about how Bitcoin's a scam and Bitcoin's pixie dust and it's fucking beanie babies and all the same shit again, because they don't understand it, which is why there's so much upside. People still don't understand this. People still think this is dumb, that there's this thing here. Instead of looking at it and saying, understand shiny rock, understand shiny metal, understand companies, because this is just the fixed mindset of people in Travis. I understand companies. Stock market, yes. Stock market, yes. US stock market, good, strong. Stock markets, stocks, yes. Understand. Then they see something they don't understand. Instead of learning about it, they're like, fuck it, I won't understand it. I'll just stick with all the things I understand. That's opportunity in itself. Because of that, that means that Bitcoin is more volatile. That plus, of course, many other reasons. But for those who do understand, it remains the best bet long term, for sure. When I say that, it doesn't guarantee where it's going to go. A bet is probabilistic. And asymmetry just means the payoff profile is massive, if it even turns out to be, even if it's half of what you think it could be. Because gold re-rating, gold used to be 20 trillion a couple of years ago. It hit a peak of nearly 40 trillion. That raises the ceiling for Bitcoin. Yes, it's down now. But gold has just shown that it can go to almost 40 trillion. Bitcoin used to be compared to gold when it was 2 trillion and gold was 20. It was 10% of gold's market cap. Gold just showed that it could go to 40 trillion almost. Right away, if Bitcoin went to 4 trillion and gold was back at 40, that would be the same ratio as it was in 21 and the same ratio it was in 2025 at our peak, at Bitcoin's peak. Or in 2024, sorry, before gold race started running. That's the same ratio. That's not even for Bitcoin to catch up. And that's 4 trillion. That's double the 25 peak. So that's, you're talking 250. And beyond that, anything beyond that is where Bitcoin really starts to eat into the market share overall. And it's not just that, it doesn't even take away from these things. These are all rising because the dollar's falling and every fiat currency is falling. So that alone also feeds into it. It's not like it has to steal away from gold or silver or debase them, or even through stocks or real estate, which I think it will to some extent. But just because everything's gone up, right? The currencies are what they are. And so as all these assets continue to rise, so too will Bitcoin, just on its own time, its own schedule, and its uniqueness. If you want no other reason, if you're taking a basket, if you're building a portfolio for the next 10 years, have some metals in it, have some stocks in it, have stock index, have the core, the usual, the kind of bread and butter stuff that everybody else goes for because it always works long term. And then think, maybe the most unique thing on this entire list, it would be prudent to have some of that. Because if it's right, it's going to be fucking really right. You have to go all the way down to 72 to find Ethereum there. The only other crypto that's even in it. Which I wouldn't touch. I think it's shit. But anyway. So yeah, just rant ended. After reaching overbought in every cycle, always makes its way back to 30, like magic. So I got back to 30 in 2014-15 bear, got back to 30 in 2018. And again, that's after being overbought, that's after getting into the plus 70 range. Did it again in June of 2022. It's an important note to make, because the RSI hitting 30 is not a bottom signal. That's how a div forms. A divergence would be this: the RSI strengthens as price goes lower, and we've just hit it. So also it happens on a close basis, isn't actually closed yet, so you have to wait for the weekly close on that one. But it seems like we're getting into that, what would be oversold from a momentum oscillator perspective. But I don't use RSI for trading. It's more just something I see online, shared a lot and shown a lot, and it does of course indicate what you can see through price anyway. Now, breaking 70, I mean, there's no slowdown as yet in the sell-off. Nothing has changed over the past couple of weeks. It's been very much steady as you go, just lower, especially since we had the retest and fail of 90. I just kept mentioning the 4-hour bands. As it unwinds and unwinds and unwinds and unwinds, we keep red bands. It's a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows. Some of the wicks, some of these bounces and wicks are deceiving. If you're looking on like the 4-hour, what you want to be keeping your eye on is the full chart, line chart with the closes, I should say, because you can see from that the price has been accelerating, not slowing. And so even though it's bouncing and bouncing and bouncing, it's actually on a close basis, dropping further and faster, and that really began below 75. Since 75, it's been straight down. These are all, every single 4-hour red in a row. There is heavy, and it must be spot selling, at least it has been spot selling to this point to a large degree, because open interest has been rising, yes, but for the last little while it's been flat. The fact that it's not falling either indicates, at least as of right now, there's not any mass. Oh, the fucking Velo's refreshed itself. OI and the Coinbase premium we're looking at. Coinbase remains in a deep negative. Open interest keeps rising, not falling, so there's no signs of positions getting closed out. On the long side, no leverage liquidations. Funding rate has been positive, is drifting back towards neutral or negative now, and we'll see, we'll hear about it, I'm sure, but there's obviously some massive seller or set of sellers or persistent selling that's been done primarily through Coinbase, at least if we go off the premium. It's one of the main things to watch for. It's been the way the whole way down. It's trading $150 to even $200 lower than Binance at times. It's also trading lower than perps. Binance and Bybit perps trading at 330, Coinbase trading at 210, so more than $100 discount on it. And if that's been the case, which it has, the whole way down, and it's still the case, then this isn't over. It's just going to keep doing what it's doing here until you see something change to that degree. If it's perps going much, much lower than spot, even lower than Coinbase, that's your sign that the futures market, the perpetuals, are starting to push the market more, which would be either through longs stopping out or maybe shorts getting too aggressive, or even just a lack of spot selling. If there's less spot sell pressure, you may see it ease up a little bit. Below 70 is an obvious spot to watch for a bounce, because we got there so quick that I'd say people weren't expecting it. We thought, a lot thought that when 81 held, that 80 would hold, went straight through 80, hung around at 75 for a bit. That's going to have trapped many people. It comes down into 75, and that seems like it's holding, but if you just keep those 4 hour bands in mind, you'll know that not on the low time frame, and it's the low time frames that build into the high time frames. If you're going to hold a level, you need to see reactions off it, and we got none of that. Took out 75, next spot stop 70, we've hit that. Took out 70, certainly not a place to be stepping in with any hero longs. It's been the same the whole way. If you just let the chart play out, if you don't argue with price, you'll be on the right side of it. The right side of this is just to be not, it's just to let it play out, let it run. It's doing what it's been doing in previous markdowns. You can see this even on a daily basis, where every day is closing lower, and even the green days can't take out the prior day's highs. So you're in a markdown. It's like classic. It is just 101 textbook price action. And I think a better way to look at it, because there's always so much more fear or emotion or greed or panic or whatever. When I say greed, it's like greed turns to entitlement now. It's like, Bitcoin's supposed to be really good. Like, Bitcoin shouldn't be going down so much. It's like, of course it should, because it also goes up a lot. So if it's all right and totally normal and natural and organic, grass-fed price action whenever it's doing this, no one complains. Then it does the same, but inversed. And it's like, what's wrong? What was right here? Right? Look at the bands, green bands, strong impulse above them, can't even touch them. So from the Trump win, from the 6th of November all the way until the 25th, you had 3 full weeks where price was just aggressively trending higher, new highs every single day. Right? If you look on the line chart, pretty much every day, bar maybe one, was making new highs, one dip, new highs, 2 days, new highs, new highs, new highs, and then eventually starts to pull back. And then you take this, since we moved away from the bands, which was just on the 29th, and we're on the 5th, it's only been a week. It'll be a week. It's a week today. Yeah, Thursday. So it's been a week. We are trending strong, way below the bands, just like we're way above the bands. Price is going down a lot, just like it was going up a lot. After consolidating on the bands and the 50, after consolidating on the bands and the 50. It is just the inverse. And it's not the same. It's you should be long in these environments and trying to be long or holding Bitcoin. You do not have to be short here. Being in cash is effectively a short position, because you're betting on that you're betting it won't go up. If you're short, if you're in cash, you're missing out on any potential upside if you're in cash, either as a trading perspective or investment perspective. But higher time frame from the investment side, you shouldn't be always in cash fully, because when you think long term, year over year over year,
have a limit order right here. Might get entered, might not, but I'm not gonna chase price. We're in a strong downtrend for a while now, so if we get filled, I'll be happy with this, but I don't want to enter in too soon for any other reasons.
Order filled.
Alright, we're in on that Fibonacci retracement. It's a good retracement, good entry. System volume. It's kind of buyers are coming in slightly. So we're going to move stop to break even as fast as we can. I don't like those 4-point moves. I think that's a good time to move to break even. Big wick rejection. Aiming for these lows for a full take profit. Break even trade. So let's just let it run out. See how it goes. We'll journal it. Super just want to watch how the volume is looking. Let's see this next candle close. Bearish. If we can continue its push, that would be great. Where did we enter? We entered 68550. So yeah, that's where our break-even point is. See if we can keep pushing down. Seven more minutes till this next candle close. Let's see if we can run it to full take profit. We're in a markdown environment, so I don't want to cut my trades early or anything. I just want to let it run.
Order filled.
Stop for break even. That's all right. She's a little bit indecisive right now, so. That's why we move our stop to break even. Right back in its range, its mean reverting range. Q is pushing up. ES want to reverse its move. Has to break this and this. I don't know. Just have to wait and see. a lot of buyers entering the market, they'll probably bounce between this range. But there's a market gap here, so we could fill up to 6,920. Close bullish for that candle. But there's just no momentum to the upside. There's no good reason to enter right now. You close out of that range, which is good, but I don't know how we can push up. There's not very much room to push, really. Point of control looks like it's somewhere here, so over here as well. I would long here if the market regime indicator was showing some strength, but it's just not showing any strength. That's the potential long. But I'm just not seeing the strength yet. It's starting to come in. Maybe we can tap down back into this range and hold just at the range, build some momentum and strength, and then we take the long. That's what I'm seeing. That's what can happen for an entry to happen. But right now, it's nothing. Pretty sure we have news as well. Not like crazy news, but still some news. About 10:30, 10:50. Still have like another 15 minutes before that news happens though. Yeah, so I want to see price come back into its range, build some strength, build like a little bit of a base, have that regime scanner increase in strength, and then we could possibly have a good entry. But right now, there's nothing. It looks like it wants to go up. Looks like there's stops here that price wants to grab and then fill this big candle ever so slightly and then make its move up. Do I want to bet on that? I see it happening. This range is holding its strength right here. There's nothing. I mean, this is like a fair swing trade. is the price gonna go? Or is this just mean reverting, bruh? The 1 minute is bullish price action. 15-minute kind of unclear. The regime scanner is just not even budging at all, so there's something that's telling me stay out of this market. Our system edge is not here. It ain't budging, dog. Nah, it ain't budging. But engineering liquidity, one of the induced factors is boredom. So retail walks away, and then they make their move once everyone's gone. So induced boredom. It's like nothing's happening. And then once you walk away, boom, you miss your signal. lose nothing. Might enter in for some shorts here. Whoa. Might enter for some shorts here. And then we have news at what? 10:30, so this is the last candle. Limit order, if this is a healthy durable trend, then it shouldn't go past, it would only reach one of these levels. Just barely entered that trending regime state. Still think this is a part of the move. Sellers are in control. Entered a trending state. If it feels for 0.38, then cool. If not, cool. I'm not gonna force anything. I want a 0.38 entry, so if the market's gonna give me that, then I'll take it. If not, then now we're entering that trend strong. I think we're gonna miss this move. Sellers are definitely in control of this market right now. I say we enter for shorts. At least here. Or at least like this previous leg is fair. This previous leg is fair. If not, then we missed the move, and that's okay. Now we're trending super strong now.
Order filled.
Okay, now we're in. I just seen the strength increase, so but it's just not the best entry really. We'll have another entry here, but we want to move stop to break even as we can. It's increasing in strength, so should be good. It's not the best entry, but we have 2 shots, so we'll take this one, then we'll take one up here if it pulls back here. But I'm thinking the market's not gonna pull back because it's just increasing in its strength. So we'll have to wait and see. Move stop to break even. So yeah, the market is just increasing in its strength. So sometimes the market just doesn't offer any pullbacks. Now we can just submit to the system and let the trade play out. Submit to the system and let the trade play out.
Order filled.
Stopped out for break even again. Second break even trade. So I guess perhaps we can go for a pullback entry. Six, 8, 3, 5.
Order filled.
This is fair. I'll take this. This is a good position to be in. It's a healthy pullback for a clean downtrend. I'll take this position. If we get stopped out, then it's fine.
Order filled.
Yeah, stopped out. We can get one more maybe at this. 6842. Hmm. Six eight three four. 6834 is the entry limit order. It's really pushing it for there, but then again we have like the yellow folder news, which isn't crazy yet. It's natural gases as well, so the real news is like 1050. Thing is, like, I want to hop in this downtrend here
Order filled.
because we're in a downtrend and I want to be a part of it. So we're in for the last trade. Let's see how this trade plays out. It's a healthy downtrend. It's fair. It's a fair system. It's a fair setup. I'll take it. It's a fair setup. I'll take it. Full take profit. Move to break even. Let's go. It's fair. We're trending. Sellers in control. We're in a downtrend. We made our leg out of the range. It's fair. Can we break this low? Can we break this low? And will we hold this wick? It's fair. It's fair. Like, this is the best setup I can find. So if it doesn't work, then it's not meant to be. If it works, then it's good. It's golden. But besides this, I'm not seeing anything else. We're in a downtrend. Went there cleanly off of that pullback. VIX is up.
Order filled.
No, we're out. So it's done. logging off minus 250 for the day. I don't even care where the direction of this trade goes now because it's just not working out. Like that wick rejection now, it just looks like it wants to go down. But yeah, I'm just gonna lock myself out for the day. I gotta be careful of over trading, and just like there's slight frustration in the markets, so I don't want to participate. I'd rather just wait for another day where the systems are fluid, everything's flowing well. Today it's like a pretty iffy day. But if it's just stop me out and then breaks this low, then I know for sure it's not my day. Which it looks like it's gonna do. 10 points. So yeah, let's just journal the trades that we took. Minus. Like that setup was there. Took a loss and then a break even. Like the market doesn't even know what it wants to do. So I feel like the direction is right. I feel like this trade may work out. But it just wasn't like it wasn't clean setups for me. So just wasn't clean. The bearish volume is all in harmony now. So it's quite unfortunate that we're gonna miss out on this trade. But how many times are we gonna miss out until we just like say, okay, fuck it. Oh, like I managed the system. No, I executed the system to the best of my ability. Like I could read the market. It's clearly going down. We're in a markdown. We're trending. Sellers in control. It just wasn't there. It just wasn't for me. So I'm just gonna log off. Just log myself out all day. It just wasn't there for me. -2. About 250, yeah. How much was it really? For the day? It's -236, so it's just about 1 hour. 1 hour for the day. And that's it, guys. We're logged off. There's quite literally nothing else I can do at this point. You know, you can't win them all. You have a good win streak. Have a misfortunate day. More importantly, we survived another day. Protect our capital. And that's what is really important. So I'm just going to summarize my day, continue what I need to do. And I'm feeling slightly sick. So if I don't feel better by tomorrow, bruh, you guys couldn't even see the screen the whole time. Anyways, bruh, that was stupid. So yeah, this day, not entirely locked in. Friday, 8:30 news, 10 a.m. news. Probably won't trade tomorrow. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I just probably will not trade tomorrow. And I'll wait for Monday. See how next week is looking. Next week, Monday, it's looking pretty clear. Tuesday, 8:30 news. Wednesday, 8:30 news. Friday, 8:30 news. Thursday, and then Friday. So CPI, bro. Next week, Monday. Tuesday, I don't know. Wednesday, I don't know. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we can trade. Thursday we can trade. Friday we can trade all these days because the news happens at 8:30. But we'll just see what it looks. Next week is looking fair. But that's it for me today. Holy, look at Ethereum. It's tanking. Bitcoin tanking. Solana tanking. I bought Solana here. Bought Solana here. I'm going to be buying more Solana today. Just to average my cost. But the next couple months it's red February. But in seasonality, it's pretty bullish. So I'll be dollar cost averaging my way into Solana. Holding until the end of my birthday. So, peace.